Did you know your organic click-through rate drops by a massive 70% every time an AI answer appears in Google? So that means only 30% of the people browsing in Google will continue to go to the blue links. Meaning normal SEO with the blue links is down to like only 30%, and it's estimated that 97% of content doesn't get any traffic. So most of the searches now start and end with a user prompt, which means like for sure it's only going to get more than that, especially as Google is adapting to AI search, and a lot more people are including ChatGPT or Perplexity into their workflows and use it as the main source of search. Of course, like organic normal SEO is still a thing and it's still important, but these numbers are pretty crazy. So for today, I want to tell you, you're wasting your time on manual technical SEO audits. Of course, like I'll go into like the workflow of how we normally do it, but I'll give you a way that people are normally doing technical SEO audits and how I used to do it in the past. And then I'll tell you how we do it right now. And basically, the main improvement that you'll see is how you can do technical audits for more pages at the same time. So yeah, let's dive into it. If you have any questions about this, then feel free to comment. But yeah, so technical SEO audits, what is it that we want to know? We see a lot of agencies, they basically like used to break down like page speed, JavaScript blockers, like how big is the DOM inside your website, and a lot like you need to do it on separate tools. So for example, if we take HelloFresh and we take, for example, this page, this would be good page. I think they want to optimize this page as well. Then what we would do before is we go to, for example, Google PageSpeed Optimizer, and I used to also take GTmetrix into account, and then I would run for every single page that I would write and optimize, I would run an audit like this. So I mean, at some point, Core Web Vitals became very important for Google. So this is one test that we do, and then the rest is like performance issues. And then you would get a breakdown per page based on performance, accessibility, best practice, and SEO. This was like one of the biggest things that we would look at, because user experience and mobile experience was super important as Google like moved on to mobile first SEO. So this, like, I would not be happy with it. This was my website. You can see it loads quite slow. First 5 frames like doesn't show anything up until the 6th frame where it's going to show the website. And then basically what we would do is we would break down all of these blockers and see like what the biggest one is, and then optimize the code. Some of these like they work for the entire website. Some of these only work for specific pages, and then like we would basically get a breakdown of this for all the pages. The same I would do with GTmetrix. They would just have like a slightly different approach, which was nice. So you can see here I have a way higher score. However, this one mostly focuses on desktop. So you would get like a breakdown per thing. And then you would get a breakdown per page. So this one is for desktop. And then I could see here as well, like what is the JavaScript execution time, where is it blocking, and what are the top issues. Then one really nice thing was something called Screaming Frog, where you could basically do an audit for the entire website. So this is really nice. I would definitely use this. However, yeah, I mean, it is up to 500 URLs. Otherwise you pay, which is fine, of course. It's worth it, but I would say it's kind of outdated, probably more SEO focused, but it will give you like quite a good base as well, and you can audit your entire website at once. So like that's the main difference. These ones, of course, you have to audit it per page, and then when you get inside your dashboard, then you can see the different pages, but I mean, it's more manual work. So that is like one thing that then you would map into like a Google Sheet and then optimize it for the client. Also how a lot of people still do it, because you do, of course, you're more invested in the process, so you can really see in real time what you need to work on. I would say it is fine, but you do have to keep in mind that normal SEO audits, they need to be updated with also like this AI search in mind. So now, because Google is including these AI answers, it needs to audit as well if your website is crawlable for AI chatbots. So not only Googlebot and Bingbot, but also all these AI chatbot, if it's crawlable, if you're not blocking these bots, because it will impact your search quite a lot. And in the end, it could impact your revenue as well. So that is one thing for sure to keep in mind when you do these audits. And yeah, you want to keep AI answers more in mind, especially basically it's about future proving yourself. So I would not hop on all the trends. Like we, for example, to some brands we recommend the LLMs.txt. To some brands we say it's fine because like we don't really know if the AI chatbots are gonna use it. Right now they don't really use it, but it could be at some point that it's gonna use it, and then why not just have it on the page, right? So this shift is happening, and you basically wanna not only cover one side of the story, but cover like the entire circle. So yeah, I would say that crawlers, they mostly focus, of course, on on-page content. And when you optimize for answers, they check out also all of the on-page content, but you have to manage more also your brand sentiment and reviews, which can be more external things. So one big thing when it comes to doing these audits is that you keep in mind the entire landscape. So I would say it's a little bit wider than just your website, because you have brand sentiment, and you have to make sure that, of course, like crawlability is working and that your website is citable, and in the end that you get mentioned. I would say getting mentioned is more a consequence, and the rest is actually a lot of technical as well, just a lot of measurement. AI search has more access as well to like third parties talking about your tool, such as about your brand, such as YouTube transcripts. So like, what are people on YouTube saying about your brand? Are they using it? Are they complaining about it? You could look at, for example, Tropic Feel right now has a lot of influencers. So what are they saying? AI search can parse all of this, these YouTube transcripts that SEO never could. So it has much more context about your brand, better understanding, and it does the same about Reddit. So all of these trust signals, you also have to take them into account for your SEO audits, and then see if you are gonna get cited with this, or if maybe it doesn't have any impact. Yeah, I would say this is quite a good quote by Nathan Gotch. It's like simple to understand that all of this is happening. So of course people on Reddit are gonna talk about you. Of course there's like, you're gonna have YouTube videos that are gonna help you, and then you have some influencer on YouTube that don't like your brand at all. But how are you gonna manage all of that? How are you gonna track all of that? I would say the implementation of it is like where it gets hard. So auditing is one, and then acting on those audits is another one. I wanted to quickly show you how we do it now, like how we do all the pages, how we audit all the different pages, and how we basically map an entire website, like from a technical point of view, but also from an AI SEO point of view. And yeah, we basically have a workflow for this. I'll show it again for HelloFresh. And basically we have similar content or similar audit factors as Google. So this is right inside Rank Zero, an AI SEO visibility platform. And we give like an overall SEO score, and then we give a score for all the factors, which are technical SEO, content quality, and AI SEO. So you just attach your sitemap, like we fetch it right inside the platform, and then you can run these audits for every single of your pages, and it just gets audited right away. So you can like get an audit for sets of pages, or you can just run it for all of your pages. It will go a lot faster, and you get an average for all of these scores. So these will then again impact your technical SEO score, and see what you need to work on. You can dive into every audit individually. So let's see if we can find this gift page, which is right here. This is the page that we just tracked inside PageSpeed by Google and inside GT metrics. On a technical SEO point of view, it gets a 54 out of 100. Content quality gets a 70. So this is on-page content and readability. And then AI SEO score is all the factors that are related to AI. And then here you can see all the factors that we include, what's missing and what is found. And then I would say like one of the bigger things that we look at is content quality. You can see on this page, there is 0 H2 headings and there's no meta description. So this is of course important to add. We do have an H1 heading, which is good. We found one and we need exactly one. So we're happy with that. However, they can do much more on the content quality side. So 2 headings they should add. And then there is no structured data to be found. So this is, I would say, those 2 things, content quality, like these are all smaller side-wide things, but 2 things on like content quality is like, what does the on-page content look like? Which you can see here normally. And then is this on-page content also reflected in the structured data? We would see it here, but now we don't find any schema. Yeah, and that's why they don't score so well, because we didn't find anything. The LLMs.txt is only slightly included in the score because it's optional. You can add it. It's not mandatory. We only recommend it with like an eye on the future, basically. And then for all of these pages combined, we combine the to-dos into like a table, so you can quickly see what you need to do. You can see there's a lot of CTAs to add structured data. So let's say I want to add structured data to this page. I just quickly check what we need to do. Based on this gift page, I would say it's more like an article page. And then all of this content, all of this on-page content, we want to include it in the schema. So let's say we do that. We say add structured data, go to this page again. We are expecting here a web page schema and a breadcrumb list at the least, ideally more, but this is at the least. Nothing is found. So this is stuff that we can add here. And this will help AI search a lot with understanding your website and like what is going on in the back and what are they looking for in the front. So in the back is like in the code. In the front is like the text that they find on the website. And then it's recommending us to add a website schema. So what is this website about? And a web page schema. So what is this specific page about? And in the end, for navigation and basically for structuring and like mapping the entire website, we also recommend a breadcrumb list. And then based on the business, you can go even deeper and add different levels of schema. So for HelloFresh, it would be like an online business. There's elements of e-commerce and subscriptions. All of these offers we would add as well onto the offer page. So, and we can think about the same for recipes. We can add here a recipe schema, and this will help then AI search understand the recipe that is listed on the content side. And here actually we did find a breadcrumb. That's good. So they are working on it, but they can do much more. Here we found a recipe schema. So somehow they do have some pages that they work on. Yeah, I mean I can see it's not very detailed yet. But yeah, this is something that they should definitely work on. And that's like in a nutshell how you can do like your audits for different pages. But if you do it separately on Google PageSpeed or on GT metrics, like it's perfectly fine. You'll get a really good understanding. Optimizing for it will definitely improve your SEO and as a result also your AI search. Just keep in mind that you check all the AI search ranking factors such as crawlability and schema. Another free way to do it for like per page. Another way to do all these audits per page is for free on this website as well, Rank Zero. It's our we publish part of our tools as a free trial, so you can easily run also the AI parts of your audits on our website. So just feel free to check that out, and you'll get quite a good image. If you do your audit on Google, GT metrics, and then you do your AI part on rank 0, all the other technical stuff you can run it in Screaming Frog. If the dashboard to try and run it for all the pages, then like, let's do it. Just text me. But here you can also generate your llms.txt. And one thing I would really recommend is just check your structured data and see what you can add. If you have like a WordPress website or a Shopify website, a lot can be done inside the dashboard and they do it for you. But just make sure it's like enriched as much as you can and like add the right descriptions and make sure that it's like really reflecting your business. Like it shouldn't be possible to have it on every single of your pages. Also, if you have a Shopify, you probably have an e-commerce store. So I would see if it's like it works well with ChatGPT shopping. They just announced the agentic commerce protocol. So OpenAI or ChatGPT and Stripe are working together on this. And basically people can now directly buy in chat. So that's definitely an opportunity to check if your e-commerce is ready for AI as well. That's basically it. This is interesting to go over, but so if you have an agency and you want to run all of these audits for different clients, then for sure I would look at having like some type of dashboard. If you just do it for your own page, you can run it for the different pages by yourself. You can also run it all inside our dashboard. But doing multiple pages for multiple clients, I would for sure look into like getting some type of overview and yeah, of course, like we help with it and there's different ways to do it yourself. You can even do keep doing it with Google Sheets, be my guest, but then at least you see how we are doing the audits and what's important when it comes to SEO and what's important when it comes to AI SEO. So hope that helps. It was just like skimming the surface. We can go much deeper than this. So let me know if you have any questions about anything. For example, schema can be a big improvement for most people. So I can definitely do a video about this. Cheers. And thanks for making it till the end. Like and subscribe.